welcome to the HomeTech Podcast, a podcast all about home automation, home technology, and CES. I guess I'm Seth Johnson. I'm here in Sarasota, Florida. But I did make it out to CES, turns out. Gavin and TJ stayed for the week. I ended up coming back a little early. But we had a conversation earlier in the week where friends from Apollo, Justin Button and Kyle Rayleigh, came over to the Airbnb, sat down, and we joined their live stream. And it was a fun enough conversation. I figured, why not push this out on the podcast feed? So we recorded it, and I've got it here for your enjoyment. So with that, we're just going to play this back. It was a good conversation. If you've never seen one of Apollo's live streams, they're a lot of fun, and they get a lot of they do it live, of course. It's a live stream, and they get a lot of feedback, I guess, when they do that through their social channels, through Discord and YouTube. So it was kind of a cool experience to sit there and be part of that. So figured, why not publish it? So here you go. Without further ado, we'll just edit that in right now, and we'll catch back up with everyone next week and find out what TJ and Gavin saw in Vegas.
Well, let's get started. So I'm Justin, one of the co-founders of Apollo Automation. We got Kyle, Director of Operations of Apollo Automation. And then we've got a special guest tonight here at CES in Las Vegas.
Gavin from the HomeTech.fm team.
I'm TJ Huddleston from the HomeTech.fm team.
I'm Seth Johnson from the HomeTech.fm team, and
Nicole Huddleston, just visiting.
just hanging out.
Like what have you left out?
Like I said, we're all here at CES in Las Vegas for the 2026 show, and we figured we get together and do a live stream. We have a lot of good stuff to talk about tonight. The first thing is we do a live stream giveaway. I haven't seen Brandon message yet. I don't know if Brandon has set it up yet, but we'll get that going. And then first off, this is actually the first live stream that we've had since we got our commercial partner announcement with the Open Home Foundation.
Yep.
So if you hadn't heard already, yes, thank you. Thank you. Apollo Automation is now a commercial partner with the Open Home Foundation, and will be helping ESP Home kind of just grow the brand and help support the OHFT. So that was something that was kind of hard to keep quiet for a while. So we're very happy that it's out now and that we can to talk to everybody about it. Thanks, Ben. Thanks, everybody. And if you didn't hear me earlier, we got Jesse, actually the main developer of ESP Home, on here. Looks like what else? Who else we got? Holly, Ben's back. Criterion. Oh, cool. Good to see you. Oh, Pat's here. Colin says you're on here too.
Yeah, I'm on here. I'm watching on the phone.
So that was a pretty big announcement. Just really excited to see what we can do with the home, the Open Home Foundation, and see what kind of products we can make with them, and see how we can support the community. We typically do a cool community corner where we show things that the community has done with our sensors and stuff. But you guys are going to be our cool community corner today.
Nice.
So if you guys want to talk about maybe like the podcast and like what you guys do and like, anything cool you've been doing at home.
I let our boss speak.
Oh yeah, the boss.
Yeah, the boss.
I don't know, man. I've got so many projects at home that I'm in the middle of. It's hard to pick which one's the best one to talk about. But I don't know. We sit down once a week and chat on a podcast, and we spend about 4 or 5 hours talking, and then we record about an hour of that, I guess. And then we just it's what? How long have you been doing it? Like 2 years, 3 years now?
I feel no.
10 years?
Gavin and I have been on there for like 4 years.
4
or so
years
now.
Have I passed probation yet?
I don't know.
You guys
not invested yet.
on episode like 500 something, right?
It's like
Well,
550.
he's been doing it for like 10 plus years.
Yeah. It's time. It honestly has flown by. It's just something fun we get to sit down and do every week and talk tech. There's always something to talk about, it seems like. And if Apollo's not coming out with a new product, Unified is. And if Unified's not coming out, Apollo's coming out with something cool. So there's always something good to talk about. It's been a fun couple of years. And it definitely changed. I mean, significantly. When I first started, we were talking about like the pro space and like doing Crestron and Control 4's Avant, and all that stuff is kind of like, it's still there. It's not like that's not something you do if that's your job. But the exciting stuff is happening over on the DIY, where we have all these really cool sensor technologies, and Matter is sitting there courting everyone and looking like it's taken off this week. A lot of Matter news today, just rolling out. So
Yep.
yeah, it's just something fun to do, and we sit down and chat and talk. That's all I got for that. I mean,
Yeah.
And Gavin encourages us to spend a lot of money on stuff. And got like 2 Unraid servers now. It's ridiculous.
I have a rack in my basement.
I got him to buy a rack. So yeah.
Yeah.
Success.
Yeah.
DJ, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that I'm in the professional space. I have a low voltage company that I do full time, and I've been in the professional AV space for about 10 years now, a little over 10 years at this point. And when I started listening to Seth and Jason, who was one of the original co-hosts of the show, it was just all professional news. I mean, it was Savant or Control 4 or Crestron or all these big name companies coming out with stuff, and that's slowed down a lot. There's been a lot of consolidation in the industry, and we're focusing a lot more on DIY stuff at this point. And for me, I obviously like the DIY stuff because I like to be able to do it at my house. And I originally swore off, Wi-Fi sensors and devices because I wanted all of them to work over, Zigbee and Z-Wave and all these things. But actually, one of the first Wi-Fi smart home devices I allowed into my house was Apollo. And that's because it's based off of ESP Home. And it allows you to make those changes and integrate it very easily. And it's all locally based. And you can't really say that for a lot of Wi-Fi sensors. So that's been a real big game changer in the industry. Just companies like Apollo releasing those devices that are easy to use. And they use Wi-Fi because everybody has Wi-Fi at this point. Nobody wants a separate hub for their stuff. So it's been very cool to be part of the news cycle and figure out what the cool products are and how they fit into everybody's life. So what about you, Gavin?
Well, I've been dealing with tech since a very young age, and I'm a home assistant guy. I've been through a HomeKit, Habitat, Smart Things, ended up at Home Assistant. I probably be there for a while. I have about 400 devices in my house. And yeah, I'm a do-it-yourself guy. I do this stuff for fun. I do it as a hobby. I do it to annoy the wife sometimes. Like I did throw my Apollo sensor, the millimeter wave one, in the bathroom once to turn on the fan whenever she went in there, right? I didn't like hearing noises. Right. So that was to drown it out, but that was quickly pulled for me. Like she quickly got, take that out. She was like, nope, hell no. So yeah. And these guys, whenever something breaks, like Seth's always breaking something. So I have to tell him how to fix it, like,
Sure.
yeah, that's all. I just do it for fun.
Yeah.
Breaking stuff, but you never finish anything.
No,
right?
I mean,
So,
some
you ever
things
start
I
anything?
do. Some things I do.
Well, Seth says that he's got a bunch of projects going on. It's only because he never finishes a
Yeah,
project.
that's-
So
yeah.
they're always in progress.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Looks like YouTube might be having some trouble. So sorry, YouTube. I don't know if it's like streaming well, but is it working for you, Kyle? YouTube? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's working okay. Maybe
It's working
just I
fine.
like
You're
it for me. Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right. And we'll talk more. I had a few more questions about CES and some
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
at the end.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, of course.
and then of course chime in, anytime. So let's go on to, or real quick. I did want to do an update on our the Apollo H2, our ornament that we do for charity every year. We ended up doing about like $4,200 we raised, and so all that was profit from the sales of the ornaments, and they all went to a local charity called Casa of Lexington, who helps kids that are going through the court system. And then we sent some to the Open Home Foundation. So that was pretty cool. So, we wouldn't be a company without them, so we thought it'd be nice to support them. And then now we'll be supporting them as a commercial partner too, which is really exciting. So, but we did have some cool code updates. Oh, you're good, go.
Just making sure.
Yeah, it works. Yeah,
I love
so.
it.
And then we have some cool code updates. We recently released the button 1, which is our little macro deck. It has 4 buttons on it, connects over Wi-Fi. It has single press, double press, triple press, and a hold, so you can have 16 actions. But we just got it working on Zigbee, actually.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's working on Zigbee. There is an ESP Home Zigbee branch on our GitHub. Of course, all our code is open source. If you guys want to test it on your button 1s, please do. We did some testing, and the battery life actually is very good. Like,
Yeah.
very good. A little bit better than Wi-Fi. It seems to be quicker to wake up too, to respond. It takes the battery version of the button one about 10 seconds to wake up, and then it does the single press or whatever, whichever action you chose. But Zigbee is a few seconds. It seems almost half the speed, if not. But, yeah. So someone shared Paul Hibbert.
Calling.
Yeah. But yeah.
We've seen Paul here too.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I thought of when I saw him. Yeah.
But yeah, so we're really excited because this is going to be the first device that we have that's Zigbee.
Nice.
And everybody's been asking for Zigbee products literally since our first post back 2 years ago in 2023. So it's our most highly requested protocol. So we're excited.
Can I talk on Zigbee? Like, I'm excited for your Zigbee progress. Like, to be honest, because it now opens up it opens up battery powered devices. It opens up, faster communication. And a lot of us already have Zigbee meshes in our house.
Yeah.
It's going to allow us to utilize that. So, and it's just another step to Thread or to Matter.
Exactly.
I'm loving where you guys are doing with this.
That would be the next step after we get Zigbee done with the sensors that, because the pump one and the button one both are using the ESP32 C6 now, which has Zigbee and Thread. So once we get Zigbee out of the way, we'll start doing Thread because Matter, like you guys mentioned, is definitely gaining popularity and definitely something you can't. Not that we were ignoring it, it's just you can't ignore it now for sure. So, especially with Open Thread being supported by ESP Home now. So, and then of course now with the ZBT2, we got an awesome Zigbee and Thread antenna. So.
Was it relatively easy to add on Zigbee compatibility to some of the products?
Yeah,
so was that a difficult process?
Yeah, so I worked on, there's an external component, and I think it's the person who made it is LUAR, like 123, and it was very simple. You basically just kind of, there's a little bit of configuration YAML, and then you basically just point it to your core YAML, and it can actually pull like the sensors from the core YAML and automatically kind of like add it. So that was a great way to do it. But then Trevor actually did like a full Zigbee like stack, I guess, But so yeah, it wasn't actually too bad. It seems like it's going to be very good for not only for us, but for anybody else that's using like a C6 or an H2.
Mm-hmm.
So that also has Zigbee and Thread. So yeah.
Nice.
And what else? So smart home ecosystems, we work with Homey as well. We're partners with them, and our devices can work with Homey. There was an update to ESP Home that was actually causing issues with them connecting to Homey, but we should have that fixed now. So we have it in the test app. I don't know if Trevor pushed the full production app, but that should be fixed. I think we've had multiple community members and even Abba, the partnership manager, say that it's working better. So we'll do more testing when I get back, but we're again in Las Vegas, so can't do too much testing here. But for upcoming events, I had CES, but we're here.
We're here.
So
I'm here.
If you guys don't know, CES is the Consumer Electronics Show. It's the largest electronics show, I think, in size. We found out that IFA in Berlin, which we went to in last September, is actually the largest for people. So they actually like consumers, like they used to here at CES. They like consumers to actually come to the floor and actually, you don't have to be like an industry attendee or media to get in like you do in CES. So that's pretty cool. But CES is awesome. All the big brands are here. Everybody's showcasing their new technology, everything they've got. You guys have seen some cool stuff. I know you remember they was NDAs or embargoes, but there's some cool stuff in the lawnmower space and camera space and stuff coming out. So, but yeah, very exciting. And then also we have LAN War, which you may have heard us talk about before, but it's a gaming LAN, in-person gaming LAN in Louisville, Kentucky. And we've been doing it for well over a decade now as gamers. But then when we started the company, we started sponsoring the event. But it's like 400 people. You bring your own computer. It's like 4 straight days of gaming, and you just sleep. You sleep there and you wake up and you game more. So
nice.
But there's board games and lots of other stuff there. We'll have a table set up, and we do like a little Apollo workshop with dev boards and WLAD and stuff. So
is that in the summer, or when is that again?
They do it twice a year.
Okay.
They do it in January, and then they usually do it in July, August.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you guys are in the Louisville area or in our area, come on out to LAN War. It's going to be a good time. It always is. So actually, they were claiming they were the longest running LAN since like 1998, but then some LAN in Canada Yeah.
Blame
So
Canada.
we've been doing it since 97.
It's not really. It's not.
So thanks, Gavin.
We don't
Is
But-
Canada
So
Canada been around that long?
So, but
yeah, we had
there-
lands back then.
So the only claim to fame is that Land War's been, I think, consistent even through COVID. Like they were, but this one in Canada's been taking a year off.
Oh,
But it's okay. So
Typical Canadian.
yeah, it's fine. So, but we're going to be there. It's going to be a great event. Also for product development, the Button One actually is officially released. It's officially out. We're shipping it. It's in our Australia and Canadian warehouses. It's shipping all over. I think. Did we send you one, Gavin? Did you get one? The Button One? You haven't gotten one yet? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
it'll be a big one. But they are everywhere. They're shipping everywhere.
when I get home, I'll get it.
Yes. But yeah, it's out. So if you haven't played with one, they are very cool. It's just nice to have a physical button next to something like your nightstand or just somewhere where you don't want to pull out your phone, or for guests too, or
spouse approval
spouses.
is very high.
Yeah, it's nice. You just push a button. And again, it has single press, double press, triple press, and like a hold. So you have 16 different actions. We have a really nice blueprint that Jesse from ESP Home and Brandon Smart Home Sellout made, and for the Button One. So it's super simple. We were talking about this earlier, Gavin.
Yes.
It's super simple to automate it essentially. You just literally just click, I want single press to do this. And it's super simple. It has 4 RGB LEDs that are fully addressable on it that you can do whatever you want with. There is a battery version and then a non-battery version. The battery version with like 4 presses a day was like close to your battery life. That's without the deep sleep. We had to remove the deep sleep component because there was an update with the ESP Home that kind of broke some external components. So once we add that back, it'll go, because initially it was like two years. So it was almost like double, but with Zigbee, I don't know yet, but
I'm curious how you guys measure that though, because you didn't have this for a year.
yeah. So we had like a power profiler, and then we look at how many like microamps or milliamps it's drawing whenever it's awake or asleep, and then we do estimates. But we do have them running in the workshop basically as long as we can with development, making sure they work and making sure that the battery life it's not jumping around or is the same. So, but yeah, it's a fun device. We have clear keycaps. We have smoke caps for it, like a smoky cap, and then we have an icon like pack set that's got light bulbs and locks and that sort of thing. So
this is a cool piece. I mean, I always look for this kind of stuff because it stands out, and it's not for like. I always look at this as more like the accessibility side of things. If you're sight impaired, these tablets are useless. It doesn't matter what the feedback is on it. And if you need to turn on your lights or turn off your lights, you need to have a button that's dedicated for that, because you don't know what the state is. So I think that this is I was looking for something just like this a few months back when I was trying to help somebody find some things, and there was really nothing out there. I went and found some like custom keyboard manufacturer type things that had made like these control panel type keyboards for video editing and that kind of thing in InfoComp space. And they also have like a model train one. I don't know. It was a strange.
Nice.
Yeah, it was like
a big community.
really, yeah. There's like, but it was interesting. Those, and then they have those of various sizes all the way up to like very large panels, and you can customize how you want. And I was thinking using that, but I mean, this makes it so much easier because it's just like the couple buttons we need for each room. We put it right where you need it, right where she can find it, and you click the button, and you're good to go.
And it is hot swappable too. So like I like brown switches, like tactile. Lid ears are nice. I'm not really into the clickies like blues, but it is hot swappable. So you can change out to whatever like Cherry MX style switch you want. And the keycaps, of course, you can change those out to whatever you want. So,
as a person with a dozen keyboards, I really appreciate the hot swappable switches because I'm very particular on my switches.
Are you a mechanical like keyboard?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I literally have like a dozen of them. I'm not even kidding.
Okay. It's got a little bit of
annoying.
Yeah.
He's always editing them out of the podcast because he gets all happy with this typing.
Well, Nicole bought me a new keyboard, not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before, and I was able to get some really silent switches, which aren't that silent, but they're a lot quieter than like my Unicomp IBM keyboard that I have. So.
Yes. Oh man, that thing's very thong.
Oh, they're they're great though. Amazing. Yeah. Hot swappable switches.
Yep. Very good. Yeah. Very good. And then what else is on it? I think that pretty much
Custom keycaps too.
Yeah, we got the icon pack.
The icon pack, it comes with
16
blinds, other stuff like that. You know,
Nice.
Well, see, like,
signal stuff.
the reason I was like, you could even pop them off. They have those keycaps that have the little like 1, 2, 3 dots on them.
Yeah,
You know? So
like Braille. Yeah.
No,
like,
yeah,
it's such a
yeah,
great
Braille.
thing. Like
Yeah.
it's so customizable. Even outside of like what you and I and we're all excited about having this product for, like it's really cool that this will be available for somebody to be able to use and integrate with their systems that they have at their house. I mean, this is hard stuff to find, believe it or not. So it's really cool that you guys are coming out with this.
That's why we're making it. Listen to the community and see what they want and coming up with, we're making the product, bring it to life. We did have a cool, Ben, one of our longtime like Discord users, beta testers. He 3D printed like Mario.
Yeah, those look
cubes
nice.
with question marks. So
That's great.
yeah, it's that's the best part of the community, and just seeing what everybody uses it for. What else? And so, we kind of talked about firmware, but we do have a beta firmware. So if you guys want to kind of get a sneak peek of like what we're working on or want to test what we're working on, it's open to everybody. Just message us in Discord, and because all the code is open source. So if you want to test beta firmware, just let us know. And again, we have a future product survey. So we want everybody to take this because it lets us know, what we need to actually spend our time on. Where do we need to spend our R&D? We want to build a product and then say, here's a product, and no one wants it. We want to make something that people want. I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of those products that they just make something and no one wants it.
Definitely not a CES. So
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I filled out your survey multiple times.
Okay, good.
Under
Yeah.
different names.
Yeah, and that's why we saw an increase in soil
moisture sensor.
So it has a lot of soil moisture sensors over here. This
exterior soil moisture sensor, with the battery and and flush, So okay, so yes, please fill that out because it lets us know what to make. And then also we have a feedback squad. So in our Discord, we have some different roles. These are all Discord roles. We have a helper role as well if you want to help in the Discord. But feedback squad is for people, for us to ping and say like, hey, we have an idea. Like with the icon path for the button 1, we're like, what icon should we have? What do you want to see? And so that kind of helped us figure out which 16 we wanted to actually print on the icon path. So just things like that. If you want to be involved and help, help with the development, join, ask to get that tag, and we'll put it on you, and you can start helping us out. We are also looking for more distribution in Europe. So we would like to kind of have our own distribution in probably Germany would probably be the best place. We did learn some cool facts when we were at IFA Berlin that Germany, although it has I think 80 million people, has more installs of Home Assistant than the US does, which is like 330, 40 million people, something like that, which is pretty wild to us. So, but yeah, if anybody, and we just want to better serve the European, community as well. So if you're interested, just let us know. If you know of anybody, let us know. Ideally Germany, but any European country would work. So just to help. And with the United Kingdom, unfortunately, they are, with Brexit, they're no longer part of the EU. So we may have to find somebody there as well. So in the UK. But all right. So that's basically all the stuff that I had. I think we've covered everything. So I wanted to kind of talk with you guys more about 2025, what was one of the coolest, I guess, pieces of tech or news that, that came out related to tech. And then what are you looking forward to for 2026, I guess, like CES? What are you hoping to see this year? Anybody can go first.
Gavin first.
Why me first? I like to judge things based on what I get my hands on to, right? And in terms of the smart home, one of my favorite products was the Clara FP300. I've said it a number of times, because it fixed my millimeter wave battery powered millimeter wave search. It was the one that worked perfectly. So, I mean, I know there are a lot of other options, but they're all powered by cable. But where I wanted to put these were specific, I can get power to.
Yes.
Right. So that's why it worked great. So for that's my 2025 pick. My 2026 pick, like I'm kind of excited for you guys to move into the Zigbee and hopefully enter the battery, you know, because I understand like in my where I put a lot of my sensors, I don't necessarily have power running there, and wires coming down the wall. And the wife really she gets mad at that. So I'm just looking forward to that, you know, and I'm gonna play with the beta firmware when it comes out, and if I get one of the keys, I'll play around with the beta firmware and do my battery testing from there. See if it lasts a year. I'll let you know.
Yeah, we'll get you one. Don't worry. And then for 2026, like anything like you're looking forward to, like for like I guess to see here at CES or.
Well, this is my first CES. I really don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
Like we went to Unveiled yesterday, which was really cool. And are we allowed to talk about stuff we saw there?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So, the coolest thing, like it was really weird, but Nicole was there at one booth.
That was the coolest thing?
Yeah. Well, and she's cool as it is, but it wasn't the coolest thing there because there was this speaker and they were like, come listen to the speaker. And it was like a center channel speaker, right?
Yeah.
And it generated surround sound like in midair. And it was really weird. You kind of have to experience it for yourself because as soon as you stood in front of the speaker and they pressed play, it sounded like sound was coming from everywhere around you in the middle of the floor. It was amazing. I can't explain it enough, but that was one of the coolest things I've seen there so far.
All right.
Yeah, that was really cool. It's a desktop speaker, so it's supposed to be for like your computer or something like that. It connects via Bluetooth. But I had like my Meta Ray-Ban glasses on, recording and taking some photos and stuff like that. And it literally sounded like the sound was coming from my glasses. Like it was so like in your face. It was amazing. I've never had anything like that before.
Yeah.
So a lot of cool stuff in audio right now.
All right. So TJ, 2025, something cool, and then something cool in 26, and maybe talk about CES a little bit more.
Yeah, so I think for 2025, I'm going to go with my favorite product in general, but it's been Twinkly, which makes a bunch of, Christmas lights. They have a bunch of stuff now, like permanent outdoor lights and stuff like that. Seth is always talking about his grand ambitions for projects that he never does. And some of those are Christmas lights. Yeah, sure you did. And it's one of those things that like, it always sounds like a good idea to build my own Christmas lights and do all this stuff, but I have no desire to actually do that. And Twinkly has just made that easy. It's like, I bought them as like just Christmas tree lights initially. But every time I take them out of the box, in December, November, whenever we put the tree up, they just automatically connect to my Wi-Fi again and they just work. And it's one of those devices that I never have to think about like how to use again. It just works every time. And this year I went out and bought a Twinkly Christmas tree. I got it on Facebook Marketplace for a really good deal. And it kept in the spirit of just easy to use. Like the whole tree went together in like 3 minutes and I already had it connect to my phone and everything like that. So, that would probably be like one of my highlight devices or ecosystems for 2025. For 2026, I'm interested to see where we take robots. One of the common things it seemed like at the Unveiled yesterday, was pool cleaner robots. There was like 3 or 4 booths with like pool cleaner robots, and this has always been our thing.
Yeah, frisbee.
Yeah,
and
only one of them actually mentioned they put AI in it. Like, that was the
okay.
I was expecting AI from everybody, but only one mentioned AI. But yeah, pool cleaning robots is going to be something I'm looking at this year too.
Yeah, it's robots. I think in general in 2026, we've seen a couple companies that have come out with like the humanoid robots.
Yes.
I can't think of the company right now, but they have this one where like a person's actually controlling in the background, which sounds creepy to me. But we're going to start seeing some more of these robots and a lot more robot lawnmowers. We'll probably see the price of those come down. So I think CES in general is just going to have a lot of robots.
I am definitely excited. I talked to you, Gavin, about this, but about a robot lawnmower with LiDAR.
Yeah.
So I think we've seen a couple. There was one that came out last year.
That was the GOAT from Ecovac. Yeah. And there's going to be a few coming out. You'll see them tomorrow. And there's some cool accessories coming with them too.
Yeah.
So,
I saw Motion. They kind of already announced theirs. I saw like an article, right?
Yeah.
That has LiDAR, but yeah, definitely excited to see these other ones.
Yeah.
It's like
Hopefully
like-
the price comes down.
It's like a weird time right now because we've seen so much of this stuff, but we can't talk about a lot of it. So it's like, it's hard to know what we can actually say, but
Probably tomorrow.
there's a lot of cool stuff that you'll be seeing just starting to come out tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say that all the manufacturers with the lawnmower tech, they're not just relying on one technology like they were in the past. Yeah, there's no more wire in the yard, but they don't want anybody to like have to do that to set up their lawnmower. So they have gone to the GPS, which was okay, and then RTK, which was a little bit better.
Yeah.
But it turns out nobody wants to set up the little base station.
Yeah.
So now LiDARs are the next step, but they're going to start combining LiDARs, cameras, and then the RTK, and bringing those three pieces together to make everyone I've seen has those three technologies. So I think it's going to get the yard technology is going to get centered on that.
Yeah.
We saw a couple in that unveil. But was it you? It was the big one.
Yeah,
Like
that commercial
the
one
tank
is
chair.
huge.
Oh, that was huge. Yeah.
There was one that did like 18 acres.
Yeah.
18 acres.
Yeah, it's
That's a beast.
ginormous.
That is incredible.
It was basically the size of a riding lawnmower.
Yeah.
Minus like the seat.
Yeah.
It was absurdly. Yeah, it's absurdly.
Wow.
There's a picture of it. It's
That's awesome. I like the colors too.
But it also did trimming too. That was just pretty
Oh,
cool.
okay.
trimmer attachment. Yeah.
Wow.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, it was that was interesting. But yeah, I think for the most part they're all going to start. You're going to start seeing them all center on those three technologies to do obstacle avoidance and track where your yard is. And I think at that point it's going to be the race to see who gets the best cut lawn out of it. You know, like who doesn't like miss the trimming around where it could get, and then a couple other things.
The different patterns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And if anyone's wondering, do they actually help your lawn? I did an experiment this year with one. And just my backyard lawn. My front, I cut myself manually. But the fact that it went out multiple times a week and just trimmed off a little bit, it would just maintain the lawn. It would just trim a little bit. That backyard lawn grew in nicely. And it was much better than my front lawn. So I think there's, good results from it.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So they're worth it.
All right, Seth, you're up next.
What are we talking about? What is it? What did I like
Something
in
cool in
last year?
2025, something cool in 2025, something cool in 26, and something else CES.
I'm going to pick something different than I did in the fireside chat because I said my AI horn and then
The ubiquity AI horn.
yeah.
The most useless product of 2025.
If anybody knows what I can do with this thing besides, I probably should just sell it. Let me know. Yeah, the AI horn. No, so kind of like bringing it back to this, I really did have a couple projects this year that I did deal with the ESP32s. At least that platform. What I ended up doing was reflashing some Shelly devices I had just laying around.
Yep.
And to do that, it was a fun project. The Shelly devices did not do out of the box what I wanted them to do, but knowing that I could get ESP Home dropped on them, and figuring out how to do that, I had to take an old Arduino and pop the chip out of it, and then like do this like backwards hack thing to get everything all set up. As soon as I got it all flashed, I could load the firmware that I wanted on there. I could load the dimming curves that I wanted. I could make sure everything balanced. I could fine tune the energy usage for that variable. There was all sorts of fun stuff I could do. And I'm like, man, this is addictive. But it was just great. Like, so I mean, as far as like really cool products that are really coming into their own, I think the 32 platform, I mean, obviously you got an entire company
pretty
around
cool.
it.
You made a company.
Yeah. Like I just really had fun with those. So it's just, and I've got a couple more things sitting around that I'm like, I could just pop that in now. Like, cause now that I know how to do it and ESP32 Home exists and makes it pretty easy for deployment. Like, and the firmware upgrades and all that, being able to put that on, it's a good platform. So
like every day you're seeing multiple posts on the Home Assistant Discord or subreddit, ESP Home, ESP32 subreddits of people saying like, I took this circuit board out of this dumb, electronic, flash ESP Home on it, and now it's smart. Or they just add like a ESP32 dead board to it and control it, and now it's smart.
Yeah, because they're pretty ubiquitous. Like they're all over the place. And I can't believe if manufacturers realize what's just sitting there for them to like take advantage of with the ESP Home. Like, I just don't understand why. I mean, there's a lot of money, I guess, that they can pay to consultants and that kind of thing. But
Yeah.
man, it's for just getting your product to market and making like the hardware the best in class and not having to worry about the software side too much. I mean, that's a great little system. So kudos to everyone involved with that and you guys too. And then for 2026, or what, CES 2026, I'm still 2026. I'm playing around with more AI stuff. So I'm going to explore with what the agents and all that stuff that comes along with that. Their skills are out now with the Claude. So the Claude's got all the stuff.
Yeah.
Claude code is amazing.
It's wild.
I can't. Yeah, I was doing stuff just today that I'm like, it only cost me $2.50, and I'm like, you know what? That is like weeks and weeks and weeks of work and editing. I'm like, no, this is great. So yeah, very very excited about that. And let's see, CES. I mean, there's so many Labubu's here.
I mean, Labubu.
I've got videos like pictures, creepy dolls.
Oh my
God.
What's the SwitchBot thing? Does anybody understand what
that was at IFA? It's like a little animal robot thing that they announced at IFA in Berlin in September.
That's creepy.
It takes pictures of you.
Yeah, that's pretty creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's also like, look, I found these too. These like little ones. They sit on it. They look at you, and so
there's like a sloth. Yeah.
So like, there's so many of these little things that CES is wild. I can't express to you like how diverse this show is. Like I walked in today. I was walking to the Samsung One thing, and I saw a creators lounge. I'm like, oh, that must be for me because I'm a creator.
Yeah.
And I walked in, and they're like, are you here for the Korean face care thing? And I'm like, oh, I'm clearly in the wrong thing. The people walking in there look nothing like me. Like, perfect skin. I am not that person. So
Florida sun
like I clearly don't take care of myself. So like I text my wife and she's like, go get me samples. I'm like, I'm not. But the Samsung One thing was wild too. Like they had, if you want to see AI, guys, go by their booth because they've got AI written on everything.
Yes.
Not surprised.
Yeah. But they had it was like an entire ballroom that they had taken, and then they basically built a room inside of that for their projection mapping and all this crazy stuff that they did just as you walked in. And then they've got all the TVs and everything set up inside, but their ecosystem's looking pretty good too.
Yeah.
Like,
are they using Bixby? Is that the?
I looked around for the little Bixby speaker thing and I couldn't find it, but no, the highs.
What runs their AI?
Yeah, they run AI. It's their Tizen platform they have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they've got a large ecosystem. If you're all in on Samsung, it looks pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Like if you have Samsung appliances, they have refrigerator doors that would just open themselves.
Yeah, by voice.
Yeah, it was great. I was like, oh, that's really cool.
And there's doors. You guys are talking about there's an automatic door now too, right? You guys
for the fridge. Yeah.
It's on the fridge, like the Samsung fridge door pops up.
Earl, I thought you were talking about like a front door or something. You guys on your
Samsung.
That was different. That's a different company. The smart door, remember?
Yeah, there was like a door you guys were talking about. That's
that can open and close on its own and is powered.
We're overpriced for that one, I don't think.
Yeah.
So.
That's nice, but it could be scary if it like glitched and just opened in the middle of the night or something. And if you're in Canada, you got bears everywhere, right? So right, you just,
moose.
You want a moose coming in, right?
Moose.
Maybe for a door in the house, not
not the
exterior door. Yes,
door.
Be good for a kid's room.
So yeah.
If a door opens on its own in my house, I'm getting out. I don't care if it's automated or not.
The door opens in my house, it's a hurricane.
Yeah.
All right. Kyle, you kind of started your smart home journey in 2025. You got some products. You would talk about that.
Just start off just with Home Assistant Green. Did a few automations at the house. Just MSR2, nothing major.
Air One, right?
Yeah, have an Air One. Got the M1, sending some messages. I think I talked about that before already.
And then you got the ZWA2 and a ZPT2, and you got a Z-Wave switch.
The Z-Wave switch, yeah. And one of the rooms so far. Yeah, it's been interesting so far.
Yeah. And then are you looking forward to anything at CES? Or
2026, like you was talking about it. AI. Not Labubu's. I was going to say AI. I mean, AI is all over everything. I'm just curious to see how far they can really push it and what it can really do. And it seems like it just, every time you turn around, I mean, there's something new and something better, and always find a new way to use it.
Seth, you kind of touched on it on your podcast too about it being like a tool. Like,
Yeah,
I think everybody's really scared of it.
Mhm.
It's almost like a Y2K type event. It feels like again, but like if you use it like
It's a
correctly as a tool, like it is absolutely incredible.
It's a hammer. It's a really good hammer.
It is.
And everything is a nail for
Yeah,
right now.
it is. Yeah.
And I think as we learn to use that hammer to actually hit the nails, then it's going to be a pretty solid piece. And we're going to start getting more stuff made out of it that is more useful for more people. Because on like the Quad Code stuff, hands down, the craziest app I've used in a very long time, and it's just a prompt on the terminal, but it's nothing like you go to ChatGPT and go to the web app or whatever, completely different.
Yes.
Like it's like a dumbed down version, and it's like you don't know what you're missing if you go over here and start working with the system that they have in the structure that they have set up. It's wild. So
it's coming. I think it's definitely going to be integrated in basically, like you said, anything that it can be integrated in. And
but there are certain systems that are really pushing it in that do make me nervous. I've been to a few Microsoft events and they're pushing some stuff, and I had to raise my hand and say, "Are you guys that confident it's OCR reading? Because you miss a decimal point, and that could cost your business a lot of money."
Yeah,
and they understand that, but they're willing to take the risk.
Yeah,
they're like, but I mean, it's gonna save you a lot of money. I'm like, okay, I'm a little nervous how they're pushing some of it, but I love it as a tool. Yeah, I use it every day.
Same. Mm-hmm. And anything else, pal? For CES?
That's it. I don't know. We'll see.
Nicole, I got some good questions for you. Because you are on the other side, kind of. You do a lot of techie stuff, but like, so your house, can you tell us like a thing that you really, really love that's like smart, and then something like that you like hated and maybe had TJ remove?
All right, so she's not going to say TJ.
I'm saying the same thing. Can't remove me.
Okay, so obviously the first thing that comes to mind is something that upsets me. So but I'm here.
Bring it on, girl. We're here for you.
I love it, but no. So we have these smart sensors for our lights and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. If I stand still for about 5 minutes, the lights shut off on me. And so it drives me absolutely insane when I am like in the middle of preparing something. Like I'm just standing at the counter and my hands are moving, but that's not enough for the sensor to get. Yeah. And so, that really, really makes me really mad. I just wave my hands like I'm crazy trying to get this thing to turn back on.
All right.
Sometimes I have to get up and just walk around for it to actually work for me. So, yeah.
Well, we could fix that. We have some devices that can help with that.
I think the sensors are too high. She's pretty short.
I honestly think that's probably part because it's like up here.
All right.
Something that I really love.
Or something that's like okay, like that, like that you're like that you're allowing to. Yeah.
I mean, okay. Well, I can't say love anymore because he took them all away. But so we had speakers all over the house.
Yeah.
Sonos speakers all over the house that would sync up when you walked through. They would just play whatever was playing in the main room. And TJ got really frustrated with them. It took them all out. So we don't have them anymore. But I used to like them.
It's a saga right now.
So you guys have a whole history.
He's switching. Right? He's trying other things right now. And so and that's not really working out the way that we need it to. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we're still figuring it out. We had Sonos in every room, and I've been not lifelong, but I guess I've been a Sonos user for the past 10 plus years. But it just hasn't worked that well on my network for the past couple of years. And so I got really upset with them a couple weeks ago, and I just started selling them on Facebook Marketplace. So I'm still just deciding what I want to go with. But right now I'm leaning towards Dead On Hios. That actually has a platinum quality integration with Home Assistant.
Wow.
And I don't see that very often.
No, I think there's very few, like ESP Home's platinum.
Brother Printer. Brother Printer.
Yeah, Brother Printer, yeah. Those things are legit. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're working on the audio though. That was one of my favorite things about our house though. So
it's pretty cool.
And is there anything that you wish that was like smart or like wish that was automated that isn't?
It's right here. You're talking about like it's not here.
You can't automate that one.
Well, like, it could be like a device, like something that TJ, couldn't do or something,
Yeah. What can I do?
That's just no wish.
He's like, I don't have my list. Where's my list?
There's only one right answer.
Yeah, if there's anything that you like have thought like, oh man, I wish that was like on me, or like, oh, I wish there was a device for that.
Speakers again.
I mean, what we have set up currently for our irrigation system isn't foolproof.
Yeah.
And I think that it would be nice if it was easier to use and more reliable.
Okay.
Yeah, as lame as that sounds, probably.
Not lame at all. You want to talk about your little garden you got back real quick, TJ, about like what you're doing back there? And
Yeah, we have like a dozen raised garden beds, and I've been trying to figure out the watering system for that. We got a quote to do like a proper irrigation system for it, but it was like $5,000 or $6,000 for it. And so I've been trying to convince Justin over here to release me a watering mechanism that is basically an irrigation controller, but for a garden hose. There's one other company that makes a device like this. I've never seen it before, but it doesn't fit my use case specifically. So figuring out how to water the individual garden beds, the correct amount of water, but also having like a proper shut off in case there's like a water leak or something like that. That would be super nice. So this year I'm going to try to work on a system like that. I'm going to have a gas over here. Gavin as a service help me figure that out. So I don't think he knows that, but he's going to help me.
All I heard was soil moisture sense.
yeah, exactly. So we do have a pump one, and that it actually is it's a strong pump.
It's very.
So I'm sure we can figure out some way.
I would need
to
like a
use
really big
it.
bottle though. We have a lot of beds.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. We need a water hose hookup for it. Yeah, so I'm sure we can make it happen. Actually, all right. We didn't answer. Usually we go through it like we'll answer questions as we're going through the live stream. So if you guys don't mind, we're gonna go back and kind of go back through. And we may throw some questions your way. Kyle, did you go all the way back to the beginning and find some? Is this all on?
Yeah, this is all on Discord.
How'd you join without the audio playing?
I
Yeah,
know.
turn it off.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Really?
just turn my phone off. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was trying to do that, but I couldn't.
All right. We're going to go over questions. So thanks again, YouTube, Discord. Sorry for the early technical difficulties. We're in an Airbnb in Vegas with a laptop and a lamp with the lampshade off. For what kind of light is this, or what's it called?
That's our primary today. Yeah.
Is that a
Primary
Gobi
light?
smart light?
Okay.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
No. That came with the Airbnb.
Okay. Not
One of the coolest things at CES is the swag.
No,
Yeah, I'm rocking up my swag here.
Yes.
Yeah.
we were telling about there's a whole like Discord, subreddit, Facebook group of just swag at CES.
Oh,
where
wow.
people will post and say this booth, this exhibit,
really?
is giving out free, giving out swag. And there was an interesting giveaway last year from a company called Handy. So you can.
Yeah, family show.
Yeah, well, I look up the company. The funny thing is, like our Apollo Automation brand was like right next to, because they're like they work with Homey as well, like they're Homey partners.
Mm-hmm.
So our Apollo Automation was like right next to Handy. It was just kind of hilarious. So, but yeah, exactly. So let's see. Looks like we have a question from Rebby Pod. What are the ramifications of selling a product that is using ESP Home at its core? What voids the warranty? So we've basically kind of got like a "we got you, bro" type warranty. Obviously to either like run over the car or we're basically always going to make it right. So that really voids the warranty. And I don't think there's really. I mean, the first part of the question, I'm not really sure how to answer exactly. But let's see. I feel like, do we have more? Or are people just talking?
A lot of talking.
Okay. Sorry, going through. When did we start? It was like 7:30, right? Was there anything else up here?
No.
Nothing? Just the community talking to each other? Okay.
Community.
Any other questions, guys? It looks like the work really, you guys, let's see. It's very small. Ask now. Yeah. If you have any other questions, let us know. Talking questions for us, for the HomeTech.fm podcast.
Sorry,
guys.
Here we go.
Okay.
Rebby Pod on that. Elaborated on this question.
Okay, let's see.
Someone check.
Oh yeah, so Cyberdog,
Yeah.
He's been in here for a while. He's asking, when's our entire lineup going to get the C6 for like Zigbee Thread? We have transitioned to it, so any new sensor that's coming out is either gonna have the C6. If it's PoE, we've been using the S3, but I think there is a PoE you could do with the C6 as well. But I'm not sure if it's supported in ESP Home quite yet.
But are you going to go back and refresh any of the products that currently exist and introduce?
Yeah, we'll go back and refresh those and probably put a C6 on them for sure.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, so like the MSR 2, the Air 1, the MTR 1, those guys, we'll probably go back and refresh those.
Yeah.
And put a C6 in them. So, because again, Zigbee is very popular and Thread is obviously,
because even the indoor soil moisture sensors for companies. I'm using every opportunity to bring it up, but even the indoor ones can use a nice refresh.
So like I said, the Pump 1 has a C6 right now, and the Button 1 has a C6. So we haven't done a Zigbee for the Pump 1 yet. We haven't done the firmware yet, but it should be pretty quick. So hopefully start getting more out.
So he elaborated on RebiPod.
Oh yeah, the cool thing about the ESP32s is they're super hard to you can't really. I mean, I wouldn't say you can't really, but it's very difficult to actually brick the ESP32. You can flash basically, whatever firmware you want, build your own firmware, flash to it, without much issue or recourse. Like you can just flash the factory firmware back to it. So yeah, it's really not, it's hard. They're hardy little chips for sure, little microcontrollers. So we have another question from Adam Mays. So when will you have more info about the partnership with the Open Home Foundation? So, it's been announced that again, we are commercial partners, with the Open Home Foundation. Us and Nabukasa are the only ones as of now, which is, pretty cool. And I think, hopefully they'll continue to grow. We're going to be essentially taking, ESP Home. This should all be in the announcement posts and everything, but we'll basically be stewards of ESP Home and grow it and, not only in products, but hopefully make it as ubiquitous as Arduino. And, we want to be a household name. And we want to show people, we've touched on it about how powerful the ESP32 chip is and, how easy it is to flash it with some firmware and then you can start controlling things with it. So we'll have more and more, we can't talk about exactly what we're working on, but we'll, hopefully here soon, within the next few months or so, we'll have some more information about what we're doing. But yeah, again, just excited to support the Open Home Foundation and everything that they're doing. If you don't know, the Open Home Foundation is a Swiss foundation. It can never be bought or sold. Paulus donated it so that Google or Apple, whoever, couldn't buy it and kill it. Which is super base, very awesome of him to do that. It's cool. And the Open Home Foundation supports Home Assistant, ESP Home, and Music Assistant. So which is awesome. So we want to make sure, obviously, that we keep supporting them so they can continue to develop ESP Home, because again, we wouldn't be a company without it. So, and also it gives you guys a lot of stuff to talk about.
Oh, yes.
So on the podcast, so which is good. And again, we were joking, it feels like the resistance against all the big players, who are charging subscriptions and or cloud only connections and stuff. So it just feels good to be on this side of it.
And talking to Paulus, you can feel his love for it. Right. It's like a child to him and his passion. And it really shocked me when I had that conversation with him about it. So it just gave me more confidence that choosing Home Assistant was a great decision.
Exactly. It's a no-brainer. I think I told you yesterday, last year at CES when we met Paulus for the first time, he was talking about staying up till 3 a.m. working on hardware and software. And it's just how many other, founders, CEOs, presidents, are doing that sort of thing, and having that passion, like you said, you can just tell him. Frank as well, Frank is super passionate. Marcel, all the leaders are, J-Lo, all of them, Guy, all of them are super, super passionate about it, and you can just tell that it really means something to them. Another question?
Ben just asked if there's any products we're excited about to launch. Yep, we've got some really good stuff in the pipe, but the second part, we can't really talk about it.
You can tell us. We're all friends here.
We'll find out for you.
We talked about some today, but yeah, so we have some cool things. I don't know if we're exactly ready to announce them yet, but we have some cool things lined.
We have quite a few that are close.
Yes,
very close.
Nice. That maybe hopefully next live stream we'll be able to announce. So we're just at an hour or two, which is good. So anything else?
RebiPod had one more, I think.
I also had a question about any plans to get Zigbee using SPM. Yeah, so we're like we talked about, we're we have Zigbee working on some ESP devices. The communities have been doing it as well. So we expect and should have more and more of our devices, ESP devices on Zigbee. So, which is really exciting. I know it's not fully supported in ESP Home yet, but it is working better than it was. So, all right, guys. Any other questions for us? Any other questions for the Home Tech podcast guys?
I have a question for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
What's the coolest thing you've seen done with the pump?
The pump? So, actually, a really cool thing with the pump.
I don't know where you're going with this one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, again, like we talk about this, we have an idea, the community says, hey, I want this, we'll make it. Okay. The community will use it for X, Y, and Z. But we had somebody tell us that they were using it to pump like a vinegar, like a solution in their AC condenser line.
Chris.
Yep. That, I guess prevents like a biofilm, like prevents it from getting clogged. Because if that gets backed up, sometimes it's like 8-9 gallons of water can come out of your air conditioner unit.
And you get odor. Yep.
And you get odor.
Yep.
So they're like, yeah, there's like these proprietary ones that are like $300-$400 and you have to buy their solution.
$60 solution.
Yeah. And he's like, I bought the pump's like $30. And he's like, I bought some like apple cider vinegar and, it's automated in Home Assistant and I don't have to worry about my, air conditioning unit freeze up because HVAC stuff is expensive. Unfortunately, I know there were a couple of YouTubers who had their furnaces go down, like HVAC go down, so they can't even come to CES because of it, because of how expensive it was. But that was a pretty cool use case.
Yeah,
Kyle used it as a smoothie,
it's food
pump.
safe.
Yeah, so it's food safe. So we did a smoothie challenge where we had the pump in a smoothie and pumped it into Kyle's mouth.
I was trying to figure out what the use case was.
Yeah.
Very
that makes sense.
Yeah.
To demonstrate it's food safe.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's powerful because smoothies are thick, right?
Yeah.
We also did a video in a tree where we tested, how high the lift was.
Yeah.
So it went all the way up in the tree, and I was still able to
15
drink
feet
it.
a tree, like 30 feet of tubing, and this little, running off a little 5-volt, like a laptop or a power bank, was pumping water up into the tree. And we did straight up, and then we did like at an angle, and then we've done like 20 or 30 feet
suction
up. And so we've had the pump on the ground, pushing, sucking from the base and pushing up. We've also had it at the top, pulling up like 20 or 30 feet. And this thing, like, we haven't been able to stop it, which is wild. So yeah, the pump has been pretty cool. Of course, people are using it to water their plants and then to like cure eggs and their pet, water bowls, that sort of thing, fish tanks and robot vacuums. If they have mops, like refill stations. Yep. Because you can pump clean water in, you can pump the dirty water out too.
That's a good idea.
That's nice. So but the AC condenser line one was really cool. So
Nice.
Any other questions?
I don't think that's it.
All right. Well, we're kind of at our hour. So if you guys don't have any other questions or anything else you want to say, I mean, if you want to kind of, talk about the podcast where they can listen and all that good stuff.
Sure, yeah. HomeTech.fm. Just about each week we sit down. I don't know if there's this could be this one this week, If you want to listen to this again, I'm just going to repost it.
It still won't be out on time, but he'll do that.
I got plenty of time this week. But yeah, HomeTech.fm. If you like home automation, home technology, soil moisture sensors, we talk about a lot.
Home Assistant. We literally talk about Home Assistant all the time.
Every day. Yeah, each podcast, I forget to update my Home Assistant. And so Gavin reminds me. Well, he doesn't have to remind me anymore. It's just when we talk about Home Assistant, I go and open it up and I hit update. And I can
Live on the show.
Live. Yeah. So yeah, it's a fun podcast. If you like this stuff, you'll like that. So.
All right. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
All right. I'll let a mute button so the audio is going to be on so I can get this off. So.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks for the warning. I was about to say something.
Yeah. Hi, guys.
Bye,
Thank you. Bye. Thank you. Gavin, we sit down over there, buddy. You gotta get on over here.
We're getting ready, buddy.
Soon. We're going.
Come on, Gavin.
Come on, Gavin.
Usually Seth's the late one.
We're adjusting seating.
I'll just say
Right up front.
Yeah, right in the middle, Gavin. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Where's Nicole sitting?
Come on, Nicole. You guys sit in here.
That works.
Just sit in the background.
You should just stand by the sink the entire time.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Just stand
that.
directly at the
You beat me.
No, just stare directly at the camera the entire time and don't say anything.
Like, who's washing the dishes in the background?
Yes.
What? Huh?
All right.
We're live. There it
Are
goes.
you ready?
We know when you are.
Just start the start the Discord so we
Are
can
we
comments.
just here for our looks or what?
The answer is yes.
Because I have a face for radio, not for video.